Alright, so boom, check it. It's travel. Listen. Guys, it flopped. Bro, Forsaken flopped. Okay, listen. This was the first off, when I first seen the trailer, I probably should have went back and watched my other video on it. I probably said something along the lines of that it looks good, but if you're putting it just on PS5 just to get new audience on there, that's a terrible idea. That's probably what I'm pretty sure that if my memory serves me right, that's what I was talking about it when I first seen the trailer. Now that it's out and it's a complete flop, bland story, terrible lag. There's something with the lights. Their dynamic light system was terrible because when you go into the cave, it's good. Outside, it's terrible. Simple packaging. Well, I never packaged light, so I can't really say it's simple. But for their scale, for AAA, that should be like on the checklist. Like, come on, like you bugging. So like that's what I'm confused about. Like, why is like the game flopped? Okay, now I didn't. Maybe I put that in my video that it was gonna flop or something. I can't really remember off the dome. I knew I knew day before it was gonna flop. Anyway, but I felt like when I seen that game, I obviously gave me the vibes like Infamous and what's the other one? The creators of Deathloop, the other game for not Forsaken. What the fuck? I can't think of it right now, but you catch my drift. And I was like, oh, this might be a cool game. If even if the story was bad, which it was, it was completely bland. And what's going on with all this? Like, I don't want to say the word, but woke like gaming stuff going on right now. Like it's terrible. Cause like, all right, guys, listen. Life is Strange. Life is Strange before the storm. Life is Strange. True Colors got female leads, but they don't harp into that. This is a female, so we need all female cast. We need we need women empowerment. Women are already empowered. They're pretty cool. So why we gotta take it to the extreme and like make it so washed out and bland, and her being a woman is her only personality. You know what I'm saying? And also, can we please talk about like you're getting like 5 frames because of the lighting? Like that's not good. You know what I mean? So this was supposed to be like if you want a PS, you better get a PS5 if you want to play this game. And for a second, that was one of the games I wanted to play because I haven't finished Infamous, but Infamous is like one of those old games that everybody have seen, and I played a little bit of the intro just because I was gonna make a game similar to it. So I played the intro to get like a feel for the game, and it was going well. And then I just never finished it. I got to the bridge part, and yeah, I just fell off. Not because it was a bad game, just because I got bored, which happens pretty easily and frequently. So overall, it was just. It was not a good thing. Their betrayal of like the combat is like, bro, it's terrible. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you want me to buy this game to get the PS5, if you want me to buy PS5 just to play this game, you gotta come with something better than that. And that's why that's why you gotta watch up from now on, guys. If we should make a developer good list and a developer terrible list. We gotta put all the development teams and companies on the spectrum, and we gotta put them from here to here. Like Facebook, all the way good. All the way good. Okay, they do some questionable things here, but they'll stick to it. They've been doing Rust. They've been working on Rust for mad long. Gmod, they're still updating Gmod, even if it's like 4 things, but still. And they're working on their new project. Sandbox is a new project they're working on. So they'll be over the good, and then Sony, and they'll be on the terrible side, okay? Because Sony ruined, bro. The worst game they ruined was Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That could have been a decent game, but they were crying about transactions and blah 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 stuff like that. It could have been easily fixed, but we all know that. And if you want me to talk more about that, then we can talk about more of that. That's besides the point. But right now. So we CD Projekt Red is right in the middle until they can release Phantom Liberty, and then from there we can move them over a little bit. We'll just see. But right now, whoever made Forsaken, I probably shouldn't have known who did that. The name's on my is on my brain, but I can't speak it right now. All right, but we're putting them way over there. Like honestly, if any developer team is on the list that's halfway and below, like the negative side, we don't buy it on the first day. We let the streamers, we let the YouTubers, the reviewers do all that first, and then ask them, and then watch the videos, and like, if there's something what I want to buy. That's I think that's a good course of action. It will make developers think twice about, shipping some dog shit, and it'll make the people that's already in the good graces, like on a good tier of game developers, stay up there, because if they see, well, that's not gonna happen, obviously, because people are gonna spend their money regardless of what they have to say, whatever you think, whatever, blah blah blah. The thing about that is, if they're going to keep on buying these trash games, that they're going to keep on developing, and there's nothing that can stop it, So we might make a good developer fall back into like the easier work they're doing, because this is what AAA players are doing now, right? They're releasing dog shit, like unfinished, blah blah blah, early access, and they're claiming it as full access. Okay, I love Cyberpunk, but that's what they did. All right. If they had another year or two, it would have been great. It would have been good. They could have implemented the stuff they wanted, stuff like that, whatever. But then throughout the day, throughout the years of it being released, they'll update it, and then it's like, oh, it's good now. And Cyberpunk is decent now. It's not the best, but it's way better than it launched with. So that's what's gonna. That can't happen for Forsaken, mainly because A, it's not multiplayer. B, there's only so many bugs and glitches with Forsaken. It's mainly just a lighting issue that I've heard from the most. Like Callisto Protocol, like I heard they had bad frames. I heard the story was decent, but they had bad frames. So when they fixed the frame issue, I'm saying this because these are simple for AAA developers, not for indies, but these are simple things that it should have been off the checkbook, already checked off. Lighting for Forsaken should have been done, and the lagging and stuttering for Callisto Protocol should have been done. There's a lot of games that's coming out now, and then you gotta wait to get updated. Battlefield 2042. I went on a rant about, even if they ruin Battlefront 2042, it will, the portal mode, which is player based. They even got a code dex for it. You could code all the stuff, and yes, you can't, like, it's not Forge, you can't move stuff around, whatever, but you can still do stuff. I thought that was going to at least save it, because even if the game modes were trash on the official branch, you could go over to Portal, have a good time, but they limit the point system, which they should have done and told everybody that was going to happen. I don't know why they thought that that's dumb. I don't know why they thought that was just going to be okay. Like, obviously you gotta reduce the point system. That should have been, you can play in Portal, but the point system is reduced, and then make it as close to official as you can, so the unlocks, the progression. And obviously if you play in a server that has everybody at 1 HP and you got rocket launchers, you shoot a group of people, you get blah 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 points. Yeah, you shouldn't have the same amount of points, but that's also a deterrent from playing Portal, so they still have to make good modes anyway. See, I'm already on Battlefield. I should be on Forspoken. All right, but basically my tangent was that it's only so much updating the game will fix it. That's the main purpose. Okay, the story, people say, is bland, washed out. The combat is boring. Like, there's flashy moves, yeah. From the trailer, you'd be like, oh, this is cool. You won't do that in the trailer. There is no, as far as I know, there's no combo moves. Like, well, there's combo moves, right? So you could do ice, freeze, blah blah, fire, blah blah. You can do all that, but there's no moves that you would need to use to kill an enemy. The enemies is like ice, fire, lightning, whatever, magic. Those types are its weaknesses, so you have to use it. There is no switching midway. There is no use 2 of these to make it deadlier, stuff like that. Spellbound stuff, and that's the real thing that was lacking in this game, is the combat and the story. Forget about the glitches and bugs and lag and whatever. That's one thing, but having, like, overall just it being terrible is another. Okay, but I was semi looking forward to it. I wasn't gonna buy it, but I was gonna look out for it. If it was gonna look cool, I was gonna find a way to get it. All right, but yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy it because that it looks terrible. Um, and it is terrible from what I've did. The combat is so bland. I've seen like a field full of like thousands of zombies, and I'm guessing I've seen everybody only have the one move where you throw the little spikes. They want you to kill all. No, there's no way. That's not gonna happen. But this gonna be a short little commentary. I'm getting back in commentary, guys. See, To's gonna do more of the live streams. He's gonna be on Pavlov. He might even play some games here and there, be a part of some series. But I'm gonna do commentary, and mostly gameplay. So I'll be playing the games and stuff. Other than VR, I'm not getting in VR. I'm motion sick. I can't do all that. You already know the deal. But we're ready for the next year. We're having a great time. This year's gonna be our year. We're gonna go all the way up. Forget the haters. Roll the outro.